If I asked you how to achieve a goal, I'm guessing you'd probably be able to tell me. But what if I asked you how not to achieve a goal? How many of those steps would you be able to come up with? Today, I'm going to talk all about the knots and how understanding how not to achieve a goal you're going after can be almost as important as understanding the steps that you do need to take. Hi, I'm Amy Shield, time management and productivity coach for small business owners and solopreneurs, and I'm so glad you're joining me today. Let's hop right in. So, how not to achieve a goal? It's kind of a weird question. I get it, but it can also uncover some really awesome insights. People often think about how to do something, but not how to not do it. This is really important because self-sabotaging or counterproductive behaviors can be difficult to identify, but they have a very real impact on your ability to achieve your goals. Identifying the knots can help you discover where you might be throwing yourself off track from your goals and give you the opportunity to get back on track. Number one, focusing on the short term. When we're talking about how not to achieve a goal, focusing on the short term is right at the top of the list. So when you focus on the short term, even smaller goals and tasks can seem incredibly difficult. Rather than shifting your focus to the results you want to create and the ways that you're going to benefit, you focus on the frustration and strife of the here and now moment. If you continue to focus there, you'll be less likely to make progress toward your goal. Here are some ways that focusing on the short term might show up. Thinking about how much work needs to be done and feeling stressed. Giving in to not feeling like working on your goal when you're scheduled to do some work. Allowing your current feelings of boredom, frustration, or overwhelm to impact your progress on your goal. Feeling unmotivated to work on your goal and choosing not to take action as a result. Struggling to make decisions about the next steps toward your goal. Number two, falling into the I don't know trap. Few things can bring progress toward a goal to a screeching halt, better than the phrase, I don't know. Many goals involve doing something that you haven't done before. Because you haven't done the thing yet, it's natural for your brain to tell you, I don't know how to do it. That makes sense, right? Here's the thing though, part of your brain wants to keep you safe, maintain the status quo, so keep everything the same, and expend as little energy as possible. Going after goals and trying things that you've never tried before typically involves risk, change, and effort. Pretty much the opposite of what that part of your brain wants to do. This is where the phrase, I don't know, comes in. Your brain might toss up, I don't know, in response to a challenge that you're facing or something that you've never done before. That's totally normal, but it will also totally keep you from making progress on a goal. The thought, I don't know, is kind of like your brain's version of the dog ate my homework. It's an attempt in some ways to get out of the cognitive and emotional work of solving a problem, learning a skill, or uncovering answers to an unanswered question. I'm not saying that you should magically know what to do whenever your brain offers up the thought, I don't know. Instead, I'm saying that when you accept I don't know from yourself as an answer, you'll stop making progress toward your goals. Here's another essential on the list of ways to not make progress toward your goals. Refusing to be new at something. Some people, especially those who have perfectionistic tendencies like I've had for most of my life, struggle with the idea of being new or being a beginner at something. They often make their lack of skill mean something negative about them. If you want to learn to do something well in pursuit of a goal, you must first be willing to do it badly. I struggled with perfectionistic tendencies for most of my life. I would refuse to try new things that seemed difficult because I knew I wouldn't get it right the first time. It sounds absurd when I say it out loud, but I made the logical outcome of failing at something new mean something illogically negative about myself. Refusing to allow yourself to be new at something that you are in fact new at, that's denying reality. If you don't allow yourself to be a beginner and you don't think you can get it right the first time, you won't make progress towards your goals. So next up on our list of how not to achieve your goals is giving into self-doubt to the point that you don't take action. Self-doubt can be a strong emotion. The thoughts behind it can feel so true. However, allowing self doubt to stop your progress toward goals prevents you from growing your self confidence. If you doubt that you have what it takes to achieve a goal, for example, what's likely to happen? You probably stop pursuing that goal. That means you won't develop the skills you need to achieve that goal. In a way, self doubt becomes a self fulfilling prophecy. The fifth factor for how not to achieve your goals is something that our brains are actually naturally designed to do, which is to compare ourselves to others. Comparison is a normal cognitive process, and sometimes it can even be helpful. But a repeated or prolonged focus on outward comparison often leads to either a frantic, overwhelming pressure to stay ahead, if by comparison you're doing better than others, or feelings of inadequacy and discouragement if you compare and find that you're doing worse than others. Like I said earlier, the human brain automatically compares us to others. If you don't manage the scope, frequency, and implications of that natural tendency, you'll stop making progress toward your goals. In conclusion, there's tons of information out there on how to achieve your goals. And if just reading it or listening to it or watching it worked, we'd all be exactly as successful as we want. However, there's tons of value in understanding how not to make progress on your goals. It allows you to self identify cognitive behavioral patterns that aren't helping you and gives you an opportunity to address them. Today, I covered 5 awesome ways to not achieve your goals. Here's a quick recap: focusing on the short term, falling into the I don't know trap, refusing to be new at a skill, a task, or an endeavor, self doubting your way out of action, and comparing your progress to others. A goal and a plan to achieve it are only as good as your ability to execute it, and execution comes down to mindset. And you know what? All of those ways that I just talked about, those 5 ways to not achieve your goals, those are all mindset based issues. If any of those issues are holding you back from achieving goals in your business or your life, I have some good news for you. It's totally possible to overcome them, and you don't have to do it alone. Schedule a quick call with me and let's talk about what's going on in terms of your time management. You'll get some concrete, actionable tips to help you start making changes immediately. Hey, I'm Amy Shield, time management and productivity coach for small business owners and solopreneurs. Thank you so much for sticking around for my video, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye-bye.